This is an urgent announcement. If you are a fan of Fallout 76 and want to see more awesome content, click subscribe now.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the last week, Bethesda have released their latest article on the official Bethesda website. Now, in this article, they discuss a few different things, but extremely briefly, which leads a lot of us open to a lot of different ideas in terms of what do they mean. This is what the article says. Later this month, we are providing resolutions by the way of new patches for Fallout 76. Like our December 11 update, we will have a big update that will address many of the issues you have been providing feedback on. Full patch notes will follow soon. We are also building an incredible list of future updates that we can't wait to share, including new quests, weekly in-game events, new vaults, a new PvP mode, and player vending, and much more. Now, the main feature that stands out for me as of the moment, yes, there is the big one, which is PvP mode. How will that come across? How will the Fallout 76 players kind of take that? Because a lot of people are very upset when it comes to PvP. Someone attacks them, they get very upset and sore about it, because they just want to venture around alone and don't fully take this game as a PvP game. But the one that I really want to focus on this video is player vending. Now, if you do want to hear another video on the PvP mode, please drop a comment down below in the comments section and I will consider it for the next upload. But for player vending, it's a very skeptical idea which has been around ever since the game has been released, and even before that in the days of the beta. Now, player vending could come in many different forms. Could player vending mean when you are online you can upload a certain item for sale amongst people in your server? Could it mean that it's going to work somewhat like the FIFA store, like the FIFA marketplace? I can't remember the exact name for it, but in FIFA Ultimate Team there is the marketplace where you have, say you've got a player, but for instance in Fallout you would have, let's say you have a laser rifle, you want to sell this laser rifle, you list it for 50 caps, it stays up there for a set amount of time, whether it be a day, an hour, 3 hours, 4 hours, a week, and then if someone buys it, that's it. If no one buys it, then it returns to your inventory. Now, looking online and stuff, a lot of people are having a lot of thoughts about this. Is it going to be some kind of way where people will glitch into it, or not so much glitch into it, but kind of use it to not the main purpose? Maybe people will get so many of their duped items, which we will later discuss about the duped items, but what if people get all their duped items, which is taking up a lot of carry weight, and they store it inside the player vending device? Whether that be, I don't know, maybe you might get this own creatable vendor machine type of thing at your camp where you can go up to it at any point at your camp. You can upload in there, you can set items or list items for sale in there. But what if people literally have 100 laser rifles, just for a really basic example, if someone has 100 laser rifles or Tesla rifles which they've duplicated, and then they stick them in there so all their carry weight issues disappear, and they just put them in there, list them for a price which no one is willing to pay, and then they're using that as kind of like a stash because no one can steal from it, and no one's going to buy it, so no one's going to be taking that, and they'll eventually return them back to them. Another worry about these player vendings is, what if all these people that have been duping kind of break the system? What if they have, I don't know, 40 or 4,000, let's say, 4,000 stim packs because they've been duplicating them for hours on end? Are they just going to flood the market with these stim packs? So literally, like, stim packs are going to be like a cap each, so no one's going to care. How do you feel about it? Do you think that'll be bad? Do you think it'll be good? For me personally, I think it'll be terrible. I remember a few years ago I used to play FIFA a lot, and when I used to play FIFA, depending on what time of year it was, whether it was like Christmas where the market was flooded because everyone got the game, there was like contract cards where your players needed contracts to keep on playing for your team, and at a certain point in time them contracts would be so cheap, but then once the game started dying out, these contracts would be so expensive. So what if stim packs during the beginning of the player vending are so cheap because so many people have got all these duplicated items, they list them up for so much and it floods the market. Then all of a sudden when it starts dying down and people aren't that bothered about player vending anymore, all of a sudden this demand goes away. Or the demand rises, but the products aren't there to meet the demand. Therefore, the price will increase, and the price of one stim pack could rise to, I don't know, 200 caps, 300 caps for a stim pack, which, I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want to pay that much whatsoever. So these are some of the arguments. Like, a lot of the rare weapons as well could be just flooded into the market due to dupes. There's a lot of bad press going around right now about the dupes, and a lot of people saying Fallout's going to come out, they're going to ban all these players. But let's be fair, although Fallout have been banning a lot of people, according to the news and stuff, what if they do decide to ban all these players that's been duping? Virtually everyone in the game has been duping at some point. I personally have never done it. I've never really done any glitches in this game. I haven't done any XP glitches or anything like that, hence why I'm still level like 30 or something, I don't know. Not a very high level whatsoever. But every game you go into, every server you're in, you will see someone at some point in that server who is a level 156, 130, and there's just no way. I'm sorry guys, unless you're spending 24 hours a day playing this game, you're not going to get to that level at this point in time. Maybe in like a few weeks, few months time, I don't know. But for the majority of us, it's very rare that any of us would have the time or anything like that, especially considering this game is meant to be 18+. And if it was realistically a strict 18+ and no one could play it, obviously it's not, because no game's like that realistically. But if only 18 years and older players were playing it, they wouldn't have the time, because a lot of people over the age of 18, they have jobs, they have responsibilities, they have whatever they have going for them, whether it be life, whatever. But they wouldn't have the time to be putting that much hours in to the point where they come out with 130 odd levels. Like, it's just not realistic. So it's obviously down to glitching. Now, my point about this is, if Fallout decides to ban all these players for duping, I feel like there's not enough players to replace the players that's been banned. Like, because of the bad press this game has received, it's gonna be really tough for them to build that back up. Like, it's limited as it is with the amount of players this game has. Now, I feel like there's going to be a lot of people like, how dare you, this game is brilliant. Yes, I know the game is brilliant. I love the game. I play it as much as I can. I stream it. I do videos on it. This is my favourite game at the moment. But this isn't everyone's favourite game. A lot of people hate on it. And for the people that's hating on it, this is giving them more reasons to hate the game. Like, people arguably shouldn't be put down for doing things and exploiting weaknesses in the game because the game wasn't finished in the first place. If you go to a certain place, I don't know, and you find a stim pack in a med box or a chem box or whatever, and you pick that out and all of a sudden it respawns back, you're going to get it again. Unless you get to the point where you've picked up 4 and you're like, hang on, this is a really bad glitch. I should stop doing this because I'm a purist player, or whatever you want to call it. Another thing I wanted to talk about before I end the video was the Reddit post I discussed, where I uploaded a post onto Reddit about this player vending feature. Okay, so the post I put on Reddit is on screen now, and I said, so in the upcoming update, we are supposed to get player vending. Do you think it will come in a form of a 24/7 tradable system where you list a product for sale and it stays there until sold, or you unlist, or do you think it will be completely different? With the way everything else has been in the game, I'm a bit worried about it. Now, I only got 2 replies on this. A few people liked their comments, or whatever you call it, on Reddit. And the top comment was, the simplest implementation, and what I think it will be, are buildable vending machines at camps. It could be one general machine, or several different ones for different types of goods. Making them non-destructible and inaccessible would make sense. I would imagine we will be able to put items in them and set a sale price, or remove them if desired. I also suspect that weight limits will prevent players from stuffing them full of everything in sight. Perhaps this could extend as far as the player-to-player trade menu reflecting the items listed instead of your entire inventory. And then the second comment I got was, I'm kind of ambivalent about it. I give away so much stuff I don't need anywhere. So I guess this might make it a little easier. So I don't know about you guys, but I also do this. I give away so much stuff, and I also drop a hell of a lot of stuff. Like, if I have a plan, which I've already read, I just drop it. Because it takes up weight. Like, they weigh 0.25. Bobbleheads are a waste of space. They weigh like 1 each. What else? Like different, just random things I drop. Like I just get rid of Psycho and stuff as well. I don't like using Psycho or anything like that. That stuff is complete waste to me. But yeah, let me know in the comments below, guys. Do you like these type of rant videos? What do you think about the player vending? Do you think it's something to look forward to? Do you think it's going to be anything what I have said? Do you think it's going to be something completely different? If it is going to be something different in your opinion, let me know in the comments, guys. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. I love starting these kind of conversations with yous and having a somewhat debate in the comment section. So yeah, be sure to check the comments, join in the debates, guys. If you've enjoyed this video, smash a like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. See you later. Goodbye.